Islam. It is July the 13th, 2018, and first I'll be reading the Fatiha from the Holy Quran of Mecca. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Master of the Day of Requital. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. Guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not those upon whom wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray. Alright, and now I'll be reading a part of Chapter 9, The Immunity. Section 1, Declaration of Immunity. A declaration of immunity from Allah and His messengers to those of the idolaters with whom you made an agreement. So go about in the land for 4 months and know that you cannot escape Allah, and that Allah will disgrace the disbelievers. An announcement from Allah and His messenger to the people on the day of the greater pilgrimage, that Allah is free from liability to the idolaters, and so is His messenger. So if you repent, it will be better for you, and if you turn away, then know that you will not escape Allah, and announce painful chastisement to those who disbelieve, except those of the idolaters with whom you made an agreement. Then they have not failed you in anything, and have not backed up anyone against you, so fulfill their agreement to the end of their term. Surely Allah loves those who keep their duty. So when the sacred months have passed, slay the idolaters, wherever you find them, and take them captive, and besiege them, and lie in wait for them at every ambush. But if they repent, and keep up prayer, and pay their poor rate, leave their way free. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. And if any one of the idolaters seek thy protection, protect him till he hears the word of Allah, then convey him to his place of safety. This is because they are a people who know not. Section 2. Reasons for immunity. How can there be an agreement for the idolaters with Allah and with His messenger, except those with whom you made an agreement at the sacred mosque? So as long as they are true to you, be true to them. Surely Allah loves those who keep their duty. How can it be? And if they prevail against you, they respect neither ties of relationship nor covenant in your case. They would please you with their mouths, while their heart refused. And most of them are transgressors. They have taken a small price for the messengers of Allah, so they hinder men from His way. Surely evil is that which they do. They respect neither ties of relationship nor covenant. In the case of a believer, and these are they who go beyond the limits. But if they repent and keep up prayer and pay the poor rate, they are your brethren in faith, and we make the messages clear for a people who know. And if they break their oaths after their agreement and revile your religion, then fight the leaders of disbelief. Surely their oaths are nothing, so that they may desist. Will you not fight a people who broke their oaths and aimed at the expulsion of the messenger? And they attacked you first. Do you fear them? But Allah has more right that you should fear Him, if you are believers. Fight them. Allah will chastise them at your hands, and bring them to disgrace, and assist you against them, and relieve the hearts of a believing people, and remove the rage of their hearts. And Allah turns mercifully to whom He pleases, and Allah is knowing, wise. Do you think that you would be left alone, while Allah has not yet known those of you who struggle hard and take not anyone as an intimate friend, besides Allah and His messenger and the believers, and Allah is aware of what you do. Section 3. Idolaters' service of the sacred house. The idolaters have no right to maintain the mosque of Allah, while bearing witness to disbelief against themselves. These it is whose works are vain, and in the fire will they abide. Only he can maintain the mosque of Allah, who believes in Allah and the last day. He keeps up prayer and pays the poor rate, and fears none but Allah. So these it is who may be of the guided ones. Do you hold the giving of a drink to the pilgrims and the maintenance of the sacred mosque equal to the service of one who believes in Allah in the last day and strives hard in Allah's way? They are not equal in the sight of Allah, and Allah guides not the iniquitous people. Those who believed and fled their homes and strove hard in Allah's way with their wealth and their lives are much higher in rank with Allah, and it is these that shall triumph. The Lord gives them good news of mercy and pleasure from himself, and gardens wherein lasting blessings will be theirs, abiding therein forever. Surely Allah has a mighty reward with him. O you who believe, take not your fathers and your brothers for friends, if they love disbelief above faith, and whoever of you takes them for friends, such are the wrongdoers. Say, if your fathers and your sons and your brothers and your wives and your kinsfolk and the wealth you have acquired and trade whose dullness you fear and dwellings you love are dearer to you than Allah and his messenger, and striving in his way, then wait till Allah brings his command to pass, and Allah guides not the transgressing people. Section 4. Islam made triumphant in Arabia. Certainly Allah helped you in many battlefields, and on the day of Hunayn, when your great numbers made you proud, but they availed you nothing, and the earth with all its spaciousness was straightened for you. Then you turned back, treating, and Allah sent down his calm upon his messenger and upon the believers, and sent hosts which you saw not, and chastised those who disbelieved. And such is the reward of the disbelievers. Then will Allah, after this, turn mercifully to whom he pleases, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. O you who believe, the idolaters are surely unclean, so they shall not approach the sacred mosque after this year of theirs. And if you fear poverty, then Allah will enrich you out of his grace, if he please. Surely Allah is knowing, wise. Fight those who believe not in Allah, nor in the last day, nor forbid that which Allah and his messenger have forbidden, nor follow the religion of truth out of those who have been given the book, until they pay the tax in acknowledgement of superiority, and they are in a state of subjection. Section 5. Islam will triumph in the world. And the Jews say Ezra is the son of Allah, and the Christians say the Messiah is the son of Allah. These are the words of their mouths. They imitate the saying of those who disbelieved before. Allah's curse be on them, how they are turned away. They take their doctors of law and their monks for lords, besides Allah, and also the Messiah, son of Mary, and they were enjoined that they should serve one God only. There is no God but he glorified from what they set up with him. They desire to put out the light of Allah with their mouths, and Allah will allow nothing save the perfection of his light, though the disbelievers are averse. He it is who has sent his messenger with the guidance and the religion of truth, that he may make it prevail over all religions, though the polytheists are averse. O you who believe, surely many of the doctors of law and the monks eat away the property of men falsely, and hinder them from Allah's way. And those who hoard up gold and silver and spend it not in Allah's way, announce to them a painful chastisement. On a day when it will be heated in the fire of hell, then their foreheads and their sides and their backs will be branded with it. This is what you hoarded up for yourselves, so taste what you used to hoard. Surely the number of months with Allah in 12 months by Allah's ordinance, since the day when he created the heavens and the earth. Of these 4 are sacred. That is the right religion. So wrong not yourselves therein. And fight the polytheists altogether, and they fight you altogether. And know that Allah is with those who keep their duty. Postponing of the sacred month is only an addition in disbelief, whereby those who disbelieve and led astray, they allow it 1 year and forbid it another year, that they may agree in the number of months, which Allah has made sacred, and thus make lawful what Allah has forbidden. The evil of their dealings is made fair seeming to them, and Allah guides not the disbelieving people. Section 6. The Tabuk Expedition. O you who believe, what excuse have you not? Or what excuse have you that when it is said to you, go forth in Allah's way, you should incline heavily to earth? Are you contented with the world's life instead of the hereafter? The provision of this world's life is but little as compared with the hereafter. If you go not forth, he will chastise you with a painful chastisement, and bring in your place a people other than you, and you can do him no harm. And Allah is possessor of power over all things. If you help him not, Allah certainly helped him, when those who disbelieved expelled him. He being the second of the two, when they were both in the cave, when he said to his companion, grieve not, surely Allah is with us. So Allah sent down his tranquility on him, and strengthened him with hosts which you saw not, and made lowest the word of those who disbelieved, and the word of Allah, that is, the uppermost, and Allah is mighty, wise. Go forth, light and heavy, and strive hard in Allah's way with your wealth and your lives. This is better for you if you know. Had it been a near gain and a short journey, they would certainly have followed thee. But the hard journey was too long for them, and they will swear by Allah, if we had been able, we would have gone forth with you. They cause their own souls to perish, and Allah knows that they are liars. Section 7. The Hypocrites. Allah, pardon thee, why didst thou permit them until those who spoke the truth had become manifest to thee, and thou hadst known the liars? Those who believe in Allah and the last day ask not leave of thee to stay away from striving hard with their wealth and their persons, and Allah is knower of those who keep their duty. They alone ask leave of thee, who believe not in Allah and the last day, and their hearts are in doubt. So in their doubt they waver. And if they had intended to go forth, they would certainly have provided equipment for it. But Allah did not like their going forth, so he withheld them, and it was said, hold back with those who hold back. Had they gone forth with you, they would have added to you naught but trouble, and would have hurried to and fro among you seeking to sow dissension among you, and among you there are those who would listen to them, and Allah well knows their wrongdoers. Certainly they sought to sow dissension before, and they devised plots against thee, till the truth came, and Allah's command prevailed, though they did not like it. And among them is he who says, excuse me, and try me not. Surely into trial have they already fallen, and truly hell encompasses the disbelievers. If good befalls thee, it grieves them, and if hardship afflicts thee, they say, indeed, we had taken care of our affair before, and they turn away rejoicing. Right there, I will end today with the Holy Quran of Mecca. Next, I will read the Circle 7 Quran, chapter 30. What's 35? Chapter 35, Religion. Holy Instructions from the Prophet, Religion. There is but one Allah, the author, the creator, the governor of the world, almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible. The sun is not Allah, though his noblest image. He enlighteneth the world with his brightness. His warmth giveth life to the products of the earth. Admire him as a creature, the instrument of Allah, but worship him not. To the one who is supreme, most wise and beneficent, and to him alone belong worship, adoration, thanksgiving, and praise, who hath stretched forth the heavens with his hands, who hath described with his finger the courses of the stars, who setteth bounds to the ocean, that it cannot pass, and saith unto the stormy winds, Be still, who shaketh the earth, and the nations tremble, who dareth his lightnings, and the wicked are dismayed, who calleth forth worlds by the words of his mouth, who smiteth with his arm, and they sink into nothing. O reverence to the majesty of the Omnipotent, and tempt not his anger, lest thou be destroyed. The providence of Allah is ever all his works. He ruleth and directeth with infinite wisdom. He hath instituted laws for the government of the world. He hath wonderfully varied them in all beings, and each by his nature conformeth to his will. In the depth of his mind, he resolveth all knowledge. The secrets of futurity lie open before him. The thoughts of thy heart are naked to his view. He knoweth thy determination before they are made. With respect to his prescience, there is nothing contingent. With respect to his providence, there is nothing accidental. Wonderful he is in all his ways. His counsels are inscrutable. The manner of his knowledge transcendeth thy conception. Pay therefore to his wisdom all honor and veneration, and bow down thyself in humble and submissive obedience to his supreme discretion. The Father is gracious and beneficent. He hath created the world in mercy and love. His creatures of his hand declare his goodness, and their enjoyments speak of his praise. He clothed them with beauty. He supported them with food. He preserveth them with pleasure, from generation to generation. If we lift up our eyes to the heavens, his glory shineth forth. If we cast them down on the earth, it is full of his goodness. The hills and the valleys rejoice and sing. Fields, rivers, and the woods resound his praise. But thee he hath distinguished with peculiar favor, and exalted thy station above all creatures. He hath endued thee with reason to maintain thy dominion. He hath fitted thee with language to improve thy society, and exalted thy mind with the power of meditation, to contemplate and adore his inimitable perfections. And in the laws he hath ordained as the rule of life, so kindly hath he united thy duty to thy nature, that obedience to his precepts is happiness to thyself. O praise his goodness with songs of thanksgiving, and meditate in silence on the wonders of his love. Let thy heart overflow with gratitude and acknowledgement. Let the language of thy lips speak praise and adoration. Let the actions of thy life show thy love to his law. Allah is just and righteous, and will judge the earth with equity and truth. Hath he established his laws in goodness and mercy, and shall he not punish the transgressors thereof? O think not, bold men, because thy punishment is delayed, that the arm of Allah is weakened. Neither flatter thyself with the hopes that he winketh at thy doings. His eye pierceth the secrets of every heart, and he remembereth them forever. He respecteth not the persons or the stations of men, the high and the low, the rich and the poor, the wise and the ignorant. When the soul hath shaken off the cumbrous shackles of this mortal life, shall equality receive from the sentence of just and everlasting retribution, according to their works. Then shall the wicked tremble and be afraid, but the heart of the righteous shall rejoice in his judgments. O fear Allah, therefore, all the days of thy life, and walk in the path which he hath opened before thee. Let prudence admonish thee, let temperance restrain, let justice guide thy hand, benevolence warm thy heart, and gratitude to heaven inspire thee with devotion. These shall give thee happiness in thy present state, and bring thee to the mansions of eternal felicity and the paradise of Allah. This is the true economy of human life. Islam. And lastly, I'll be reading, let's see, yep, Prophet announced from the Moorish literature. Prophet announces his authority and power. forced to make changes. All governors and other officers of the Moor Science Temple are hereby congratulated for their past loyalty and fidelity, for I know it will be the same in the future, because of certain incidents that have arisen in some of the temples, which seem to come from the fact that there are those who do not know where the seat of power is vested. The Prophet has ordered the following to be published. All authority and power of the Moor Science Temple of America is vested in the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and those whom he appoints to act as the supreme body. The Prophet has the authority and power to expel any officer or member of the Moor Science Temple of America who willingly violates or refuses to comply with the rules in regard to branch Moor Science Temple. If such suspicions and expulsions shall stand until in the judgment of the Prophet, the members and officers shall have made satisfactory atonement. All officers and members of the Moor Science Temple of America, and any such rules and regulations of the Constitution shall be in writing and not at variance with any law of the city, town, or nation, which the Prophet shall declare a law. During the session of the Convention, all rules, regulations, and laws of the Constitution, and such as might be enacted and ordered by the Prophet, shall express and explain in detail, so there can be no doubt as to what is required of each and every officer or member of the organization. The Prophet will positively not tolerate the interference with the operation of this national divine movement from anyone. By the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Islam. And now the reading today. Today is July the 13th, 2018. Islam.